right. Welcome to the show that makes me find glitter all over my body for the next 3 days every week. It's The Price is Steven. This is the game show by Stephen Koo about Stephen Koo. And today we've got three very, very special guests. Coming up first, he once mansplained the Apple logo to Michael Chiklis. Give it up for Frankie. Frankie, welcome to the
Hello.
show.
Thanks for having me, Steven. Good to see you again. It's been a long time.
So, how did you mansplain the Apple logo to Michael Chiklis? What's the story here?
Well, he once sent out a tweet that said, "Contemplate, if you will, the subversive genius of Steve Jobs," and then completely misexplained the Apple logo as this mystical thing about sin and mankind. But really, Steve Jobs went to an apple farm and thought it was a neat name for a computer. And then we argued about it for a while on Twitter. So.
Wow, he just kept arguing with you about it?
He kept saying, I don't know. It's like, well, here's screenshots from a book where he said...
How did you get his attention for that? Why is that?
I don't know. I guess, he didn't have a lot to do because he hadn't quite started filming his, Border Patrol propaganda show yet.
Perfect. Okay, coming up next on the show. He used to make grown men cry with Chun-Li at UC Berkeley when he was 12 years old. Give it up for Baruch. Baruch, hi, thank you.
Hello, Steven. Hi.
I am so excited that you're on the show. I've been waiting for this. This is going to be really fun. So, Chun-Li at 12, you were just unsupervised playing arcades at 12.
Classic. No, my dad was the janitor there, and when you're the janitor, you pick up random tokens that are on the floor and everywhere. So he would just give me these giant bags of tokens, and he'd be like, "I gotta go clean shit. Here you go." And I would just stick to Chun-Li, like lightning kicks. And these 22-year-olds, 19-year-olds were like, "What the fuck?" They thought they could beat me with Ryu, but I was like, "No, bitch, girl power." And then they run away crying.
That's amazing.
12-year-old gay body was like, "That's right, yatta, bitches."
That is fantastic. Okay, so our next one is a very special guest. He won a Sonic the Hedgehog costume contest. In addition to that, this one is my very first roommate, the first person I've ever lived with that wasn't my mom. Give it up for Casey. Casey, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Stephen. Yeah, I'm stoked to be here.
Yeah, we haven't seen or talked to each other in over 10 years. So this is a very, very cool thing for you to show up here.
Were you surprised when I said yes when you asked me on Facebook if I would join your show?
Yes. 100%. I don't know how I would have reacted if anyone asked me that. Hey, do you want to be on a homemade game show about myself?
Yeah, especially after the Christmas present you sent me.
Yeah, I sent Casey a Christmas card. If you ever want a Christmas card, hit me up and I will send it to you whenever. So this Sonic the Hedgehog costume, tell me again, what was it made out of?
It was paper mache for the head. So I made a big Sonic head and put birthday cones along the top. And then I just wore all blue and cut a hole for the belly, some pillows, and I beat out 300 other people as having the best homemade Sonic costume. So I won.
Cut a hole out for the belly. Are you saying you showed your bare stomach to everyone as for part of the Sonic costume?
Yeah, my bare 14-year-old stomach. Yeah, it was not. That wasn't planned as part of the costume until I got there actually, and some other people were doing that. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna have a leg up on me if I don't cut my too, actually.
I gotta find out how to make this Sonic costume horny and fast.
Yeah, but actually won every single Dreamcast game ever made. That's why Steven and I got along so well in college. He liked my Dreamcast collection.
Yep, that was the only reason we hung out. I was like, oh, he has Dreamcast games. Nothing about personality. No, you are delightful. But now let's move on to the game. So this is how the game works. Almost all these, except for the last question, are going to be for sure things that I own. The last question is always a challenge. But these prices do not include shipping or taxes because that involves math that I don't know how to do. I have an English degree. Before we get started, everyone gets to ask me one question about Stephen Koo. And Frankie, you're up first.
Okay. My question would be, if you could unmake any nerd franchise, totally wipe it from existence, what one would you pick?
Oh, Ooh, tough
Yeah.
call. Anything that just make it stop existing.
Yeah.
I guess that's a really good question. That's nerdy.
What
I
is
don't know.
nerdy?
I don't know. In a weird way, maybe like I
Okay.
guess like
I apologize. I think I overloaded Steve.
I've never thought about it. I'm just so full of joy and love and support that I've never thought about something that I wish wouldn't exist.
Fair.
Like even the Star Wars prequels gave us Pod Racer, the N64 game. Like
They did.
everything's great, you know. I guess Maple Story is that you're like asking me which fandom do you want to piss off, Steven? And I guess I'm okay with pissing off the Maple Story fandom because I don't know, man.
Are there still Maple Story fans out there?
There probably is.
Probably is.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
get yelled at now.
Maple Story is like MySpace, but you have an anime avatar and you walk around and you can fish, and then you can trade the fish for different hats.
Mm.
Now I'm confused why you're not into that.
Yeah, Chad is turning on me now. Someone played Maple Story this month. Okay, sorry.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess if I have to piss off any fandom, that's the one I choose. All right.
It's just one person in chat. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Baruch, you can ask me any one question.
Okay. If you had to make passionate, sensual, delicate love with any of your guy friends, who would it be? It can't be me.
Oh man. I guess if it can't be you, then it would have to be Wonder Dave, because Wonder Dave seems like he's pretty good at sex. The fact is, if you don't know who he is in the chat, his name's Wonder Dave. He's
Wonder Dave for a reason.
Yeah, he's been in. He's like an announcer at Hood Slam. He's done burlesque. He's done stripping. He's been with professional strippers. So you know, he seems like he knows what he's doing. And if I'm gonna make like great love, I want it to be with someone who knows what they're doing. There's no way it goes well with someone who doesn't know what they're doing.
That's a really smart answer, because if you would have said one of your straight guy friends, they might not know what the hell to do, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I remember my first time. It was two people who didn't know what to do. All right, Casey, you're up next.
So yeah.
Well, since Baruch took my question, I got to think on my toes here.
Yeah.
So I want to know if you classic Desert Island question, Desert Island 2-player game. What game do you want, and what person would you bring with you?
Ooh, Streets of Rage 2 for sure. I could play that game forever, all the time, forever. Who would I bring with me to play Streets of Rage 2? I think Desert Island, and it's like someone that I can hang out with forever. I don't know, maybe The Rock, because I feel like you'd get really tired of me real fast. And I feel like that would be fun in itself. Like, haha, you had a great life and now you're stuck playing Streets of Rage 2 with me. And I think I'd enjoy that a lot.
Programmer note, Wonder Dave probably also knows how to play Streets of Rage. So
That's true. Wonder Dave probably knows how to do
one answer.
Yeah, but like if I'm on a desert island, I need things that take up time. So me and The Rock learning to be good at sex would be like would take time.
You should just write this movie out, Steven.
You gotta do it.
Fast and Furious 10, stuck on a desert island.
Starting a new family on a desert island.
There's no cars, just Streets of Rage 2 and sex.
I can see it happening.
All right. Okay, so moving on to our questions now. Our first one, let's see if I got it, is a Stephen Koo drunken purchase. Stephen likes to buy things drunk. This one has a really long backstory to it. A while back, I have a really good friend, John. He hasn't been on the show yet, but for Christmas, one of the things that he always wanted but would never get for himself is a pair of Nike shoes, the Space Jam Jordans, as they're called. They're the shoes that were exclusively released for Michael Jordan in the movie Space Jam. And so me and my friends pitched in together and got him this. A set of Space Jam Jordans. This is Michael Jordan. This is a triple pack of the action figure Michael Jordan, known for playing golf for fun and playing baseball poorly. This set of 3 toys encapsulates all 3 aspects of Michael Jordan. The only one it doesn't include is Michael Jordan not tipping anybody. Right. Frankie, how much do you think I paid for these? For a joke.
Exclusive
By the way,
of
we
shipping
did-
and handling, right?
Yeah, no taxes, no shipping and handling. How much do you think I paid for this joke?
Okay.
We did also chip in and get him the actual shoes, but we gave him this first.
That's amazing. The shoes must have been very expensive, and these
Actually, they might have been
retail-
knockoffs, so we're not sure.
Oh, they were not. Yeah, fair enough.
They were suspiciously cheap.
Retail at the time, this is probably around $20 and what, like $97. And they normally toys that old that are shitty wouldn't cost much. But I think the nostalgia, the like semi-ironic but becoming unironic love for Space Jam might have driven the price up closer to original retail. These also appear to be mint in box, which of course is going to add to your
Unopened.
price. Yeah, that's okay. So an unopened pack of Space Jam Jordans. I'm gonna guess, and because I want to go under without going over, I'm gonna guess $24.99.
$24.99. Okay. Baruch, what's your guess here?
Remind me the year that you bought this.
Oh my god.
question.
Maybe like
Good question.
maybe okay. It had to be after 2012 because it was after Avengers. That's how I keep track of time. So
Okay.
I want to say maybe like 2014.
2014.
Yes.
Did you get it? Am I allowed to ask if you got it off Amazon?
You can ask me. Yeah, I got it off Amazon.
2014.
But you know, Amazon has like a bunch of those like side dealers who aren't officially Amazon.
Okay, something this ridiculous and unnecessary, but oh so beautiful. 2014. I'm gonna say that you got this for, and I've never played this game before, so please forgive me. I'm gonna say it was $50.
$50. All right, Casey, tell us what you're thinking here.
So I'm thinking that Michael Jordan documentary came out recently. He's like, everyone's into Michael Jordan these days. Space Jam 2 is, people are excited. So there's like multiple things going on in the past couple of years that probably would have driven the price way up for this. But I feel like you bought it in a lull where Michael Jordan was not that cool and Space Jam was pretty cool to, you know, some people, but didn't have all the hype of like, you know, the new movie with LeBron James and stuff. So I'm gonna say $20.
$20.
You probably bought it around what it was retail just 10 years later, 15 years
All
later.
right. Let's see. The answer is $25. So the point goes to Frankie. One penny away. All right. Good job, everyone. Let's see. Also, I just want to point out those figures are non-posable. They don't do anything once you take them out of the box.
Like he's just stuck in this basketball and baseball poses.
It's not even him dunking; it's him dribbling. That's the action pose that goes.
And that's not even a batting stance. It's like,
Yeah.
No, he's just there.
he's about to hit someone with a
Hit
baseball bat.
someone with that bat.
I mean,
He wasn't good.
you can throw a baseball at him and get a strike, which is just like in real life. So I guess that is a pretty good action figure.
All right. So moving on. Next up, Stephen Koo's Gallery of Stupid Toys. I know you thought that was a stupid toy, but that was a present for someone else, so it doesn't count. These are toys that I buy for myself that I like to collect, etc. Sometimes they're gifted to me, sometimes they're not. But this one is a very, very interesting toy. Iron Man is a pretty popular Marvel hero, and another thing that was pretty popular during the 90s, 2000s, 80s even was Transformers. So this is an Iron Man that transforms into a battle axe. This Iron Man
yes.
turns into a hand axe,
I had
and
this.
this axe shoots a missile out of the top, as axes are known to do. So here's the question: Is this? I do own this. Did I buy it? Was it a gift? Did I find it on the street? There's a lot of reasons that I could have not bought it, or maybe I was like, I gotta buy that Iron Man with an axe. Casey, you get to go first this time. Tell us what you're thinking.
I mean, yes or no. I mean, I feel like the hard thing about this question is the answer could be yes for pretty much anything you flash on the screen right now. So I'm going to say yes because that's how I'm thinking about it. Like, I think there's a good chance that you bought it.
All right, Baruch, tell us what you're thinking now.
I think that. Yeah, this is hard. An ex-girlfriend got it for you.
Ooh, interesting. All right, Frankie, you're up next.
Yeah, now I know you do some amazing Iron Man cosplay. I know that you like to assemble your own DIY like cosplay weapons and stuff. And an Iron Man axe would be an incredible topper to some sort of costume weapon. So I could see you buying it for that reason. But I think this was a gift from someone who thinks they know the kind of stuff you love, and they nailed it with this one. And I don't think you've deconstructed it for any use. I'm going to say this was a gift. You did not buy it.
Okay, and the poll seems to think that I did buy it, and the answer is this was a birthday present. I had talked about this for a very long time as the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and someone bought it for me.
It's so stupid. Why the hell would Iron Man turn into an axe or Oh God, things like this piss me off. So
it's amazing. It really makes. First, it raises so many questions, and that's why I love it so much. Spider-Man changes into a spider. Punisher changes into a gun.
That makes
Iron
sense.
Man, I guess, like, the only thing that would make sense is if he changes into an iron. I don't know.
I mean, were they
Punisher
hitting
should
on the
turn into a
whole
dead family.
Tin Man from Oz bullshit? Like, this is so stupid.
Okay. All right. We are moving on to our third question now. Let's see. Stephen Koo's dating profile. This is a
that's
category.
horrible rum too. Jesus, Dragon.
Is that really it?
That is one of my dating profile pics. Yes, that's correct. Are you telling me that is an ineffective dating profile pic?
And I love that you added a little verified badge for yourself.
No, that's me. That's 100% me. Okay, that's a really accurate pic for your dating profile. I don't know how to unpack that one, but that's what was said in the chat. Okay,
Steven, who takes your dating profile pics?
Myself with a timer.
Nice.
I live alone, so I live in this apartment by myself. It'd be really weird if I had like a person I was dating, like taking pictures for dating profile pics. But let's see. And yeah,
that's a lot like having someone train their replacement. Like, hey, Jerry's starting next week. If you could just show him everything you do for your job and take some pictures for you.
Yeah, I think I have had friends take photos of me that I was like, this looks candid enough for me to put as a profile pic. But
someone in chat did that. Holy smokes. Bold.
Oh my God.
Bold stuff.
Yeah.
John B.
Right.
Well done.
Okay, so this one, normally with these things, I have like an intro. I guess for this one, I have a story. So the story is when I first started doing stand-up comedy, my friend John is really into coupons. He's really into collecting coupons, and he's just a bargain hunter, you know? And he sometimes would send me things that he thinks I would be interested in. So my first year into stand-up comedy, he sends me a coupon, and it's a coupon for a custom banner. And I was like, what did you think I was going to do with this? And he's like, I don't know. You do comedy? Maybe you could use a banner. And I was like, well, that's a weird reason. I've never used a banner in comedy. But you know what? Let's make a banner. So this is the banner. Now, the question is,
That is so beautiful.
it's you take a template and then a pre-made template and you just write whatever you want in it. So I chose barbecue for this family
Hey,
barbecue.
I've seen that like on food trucks. That same thing.
So the question is, do you think I paid more or less than $12 for a custom banner that says maybe sex tonight? And Frankie, you're up first here.
Okay. Can I ask? Did you print it yourself somewhere or have it printed?
It was professionally printed
Professionally
from
printed.
this website that specializes in making banners
Gotcha.
and signs.
Because the old large format at a FedEx office is not going to run you too much for something like that. But if you're getting professionally printed, they are often rip-off artists. And even if it is just a template, I'm sure they're overcharging for a template that they probably didn't even pay for. I'm going to guess that they ripped you off for more than $12 for that.
All right. Baruch, tell us what you're thinking.
Now, is the answer after the coupon was?
Yes.
censored?
Like, how much did I pay after coupon?
Oh, after coupon.
Yeah, sorry, Frankie, does that change your mind? You can change your answer now.
I mean, I feel like I'm cheating if I change my answer. I should have asked that question. I'm going to stick with my answer.
All right, Baruch.
I should have been as smart as Baruch.
I'm actually not that smart. I'm just curious. This is beautiful. I hope you were dating someone when you made this, and I hope that's what she saw when she came home from work.
Actually, I one time so I left it on my wall for a long time because I was just like, I put it up there. I'm not taking it down, and then I forgot to take it down for a first date. And when I came back to my place, I immediately closed my door. I was like, I have to explain something before I open this door.
You like put yourself in a sitcom position.
Please
and then I
tell me
eventually
you thought it was adorable, and please tell me you got laid that night.
No, the banner did not.
Oh,
It says
The
maybe.
answer was no, I guess, if you saw the banner.
I did eventually take it down when I had a plumber coming by to fix the faucet, and I did not want to give the wrong impression.
I hope you still have this. I think even after the coupon, they must have tried to scam you out of. I think a little bit more than $12.
Okay, going for more. Casey, what are you thinking?
What are the dimensions of this banner? How big is this?
Here, let me go grab it real quick. Hold on one second.
Hell
Oh my
yeah.
God, you still have it. Yay.
Yeah, bring that baby on camera.
Dude, I want to borrow that. I am very lonely.
And then chat, you don't have to answer when he brings it up.
Okay, here we go.
I mean, that's a pretty, yeah.
Wow, and that material is that vinyl?
Yeah, it's like some sort of canvas, sort of shiny canvas stuff. It seems like water resistant.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because you can put it on a food truck. Yeah.
Right. If you're just at the park and you set it up by a lawn chair and just sit there.
Steven,
You see what
after the
happens.
pandemic, you got to take that with you to every show. And that should be part, before you do comedy, you should just slowly put it up behind you.
Yeah, all the comedians are
most of your
setting up
set just doing
merch
that.
tables. That's what I set up.
No, but you put it behind you, and then once you're done, then you start your set, and then never mention it.
Yeah.
Do your set with that behind you, and just never mention it, and then take it off slowly when your set is over.
Perfect. All right, Casey, what do you think? More or less than $12?
I don't want to. I think it looks very high quality, and I think it was a good value, less than $12.
Okay. Well, let's see what the answer is. I paid $7 for that.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good
I-
coupon.
For $7, of course I'm gonna make a banner. I don't know what, but I'll figure it out.
Value purchase. I like it.
And that's where we went.
Oh, man, let's look at this game.
Okay, so Frankie, it looks like you have the most points, which means you enter our final round.
Oh,
Baruch
boy.
and Casey, you are welcome to join in, but
Yeah.
only Frankie has a chance at winning today's prize.
Sorry, fellas.
And today, I have to admit, this is probably the worst prize I've ever made so far. A lot of them are homemade Stephen Koo, themed around Stephen Koo prizes. Today's, I don't know, man. I was like, yeah, this will work for today. I don't have much time. So I think this is the worst prize I've ever made for the show so far. All right, we play the same game every time for our final round. Let's see. He's 32. He lives alone, but does Steven own it? Now, this is an item that I would say almost any like household would have. This is a thing that just seems useful. As you know, I do a lot of cosplay, but you might notice that the quality of my cosplay is usually duct tape and cardboard for my kind of costumes. So my question to you is, do you think that living alone in my apartment, I own a sewing kit?
Ooh.
For sewing, you know? Do I just let those jeans get hella frayed? Do I, you know?
Okay.
You know, I learned a term for like a thing called a blowout.
I think you just gave a clue by implying that you would sew denim. It's just like you would darn your jeans back together, which is not the typical denim repair process. So that leads me to think no, but just because you don't know how to use it doesn't mean you don't have it. You know what I mean?
That's good thinking. Good thinking.
Because I had, I've had lots of tools in my various solo apartments that I didn't necessarily know how to use, even though I should have. Okay, but a sewing kit, and I could see someone getting you that. They say, hey, you're into cosplay, maybe you could use this, or like, hey, I'm moving out of my apartment and there's a bunch of shit I don't need. You go, oh, I could probably use a sewing kit at some point. That could be in there. Could go either way. But I think if you do have it, you probably don't use it very frequently. So it'd be like sitting in a drawer. Maybe you even found it and said, I know. This would be a great stumper question for does Steven own it?
This will be great if I make my own game show about things I own later.
Yeah. Well, I've had stranger ideas rummaging around my apartment. But okay, I'm gonna say you have one that you don't use.
All right, and just for fun, Baruch and Casey. Baruch, what do you think? Do you think I have one?
I think you have one, but I agree. I think you have one, but you don't use it. I think you probably stole it from somewhere. And then you put it in a drawer and you're like, I'm gonna use this all the time. And then you forgot. And then sometimes you'll like burn yourself with a hot glue gun. And you'll be like, I wish I had a sewing kit. Oh wait, I do have one, but you're too lazy to go get it, like me. So yeah, you have one, you just don't use it.
All right, Casey, what are you thinking?
Oh man, it's another one that could get kind of a toss up for me, but I kind of think you have one because you've probably done a lot of things where it could be beneficial and same kind of thing. I don't think I think we're all on the same page. Steven does not sew.
That's not the question. It's clear
It doesn't seem a big seamster, just really up your alley.
No, I don't think you own a sewing kit.
Oh man, I like Tipolium's comment that I can't believe you've made this question so concerning and difficult every episode so far.
It's a great final question.
Anyways, the answer is yes. I have a tiny one, and I don't know how to sew.
Oh, yes!
My go-to move is to ask other people if they know how to sew, and then be like, "Can you sew this for me? I have a sewing kit."
That's awesome, though. And really, again, I only got it because you riffed about sewing your jeans, which was
all right. Well, congrats, Frankie, because today you win the worst prize I've made so far.
Let's see it.
Today you win a voucher for 1 free public neck massage, redeemable at your convenience.
This is I forgot it was her anniversary.
Neck massage from you?
Yes, from me.
From you, okay.
Is there an expiration date?
No, not in California. That would be illegal.
How much are those? Like, can I buy one on the internet?
Yeah. All right. Well, that's
was
all
that
the
Willy Wonka typeface?
It was the Willy Wonka font. I'm so glad you noticed.
The big V gave it away.
Yeah, like a golden ticket.
I got a golden ticket.
I'm gonna mail this to you, and the next time
Okay.
you see me, you can just whip it out, and I'll just
I'll be
start
like,
rubbing your neck
hello.
wherever we are. If it's in the line at a Subway, it doesn't matter. All
But
right.
you must redeem it in public, right?
Yeah, it has to be in public. It's a public, like if,
Well,
if you
a private one would be creepy and uncomfortable.
right, a public one would
Public one's
just
funny.
be creepy and uncomfortable for everyone else.
Yeah, they're all weirded out. I'm having a
Or
nightmare.
maybe they'll enjoy watching. I don't know.
Yeah.
That too.
I'll set up the
Maybe it
banner
turns
before.
into something.
Yeah, send me a link.
Okay, so before we get out of here, Frankie, is there anything you want to plug?
Yes, thank you for having me on, Stephen. I'm so honored to be the winner. I look forward to someday getting that neck massage. I am a comedian, and I do streams myself. Every Friday night, I got an 8 o'clock show, 8 p.m. California time, called Wiz World Live. It's a late night talk show hosted by a wizard, and all the guests are magical. It's super fun. We're still in Tiernanog this week. It's awesome. And on Sundays, I do a conspiracy show. I debunk fake ones and tell you real ones, like how the CIA is responsible for the crack epidemic. That's super fun. That's at Wizworld Live, and I just said hello in the chat if anyone wants to follow me. But thank you all for watching. Thanks for having me.
I always believe it when someone tells me I'll tell you about the real conspiracies. That's always a great way to sell yourself.
Super great setup.
Baruch, is there anything you want to plug?
Thank you so much for having me. I am a writer. I have 2 books of poetry out that you can find online. One of them is called I Miss You Delicate. The other one is Lovers of the Deep Fried Circle. But I also organize poetry shows. My next one is called Donde Está Mi Gente, and it's with KQED, April 28th at 7 o'clock. We are celebrating Afro-Latinx voices, and it is completely free. You can find all of this if you follow me on social media. Please, for the love of God, I only have 2 followers. Follow me on Twitter at Baruch is on fire, or Instagram at Baruch Porras Hernandez. I know that's a very long name and it's hard to remember, but I'm literally the only one on Instagram. So, yay.
All right. Casey, is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Honestly, I don't have too much to plug other than I still play a lot of Overwatch, and all my friends have switched to Call of Duty, which I can't do myself. So any Overwatch players out there, I'm Blues Cheese on Xbox, and I'm looking for friends to play Overwatch with. So
Who do you mean?
yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, who do you main, Casey?
May.
Oh, I have no idea who that is because I don't play Overwatch. But also, that's all we've got for tonight. Special thank you, shout out to Ben, the person who runs the soundboard and is all the magic to making this show possible. So thanks to Ben, thanks to Super Trash TV, and thank you to all my guests. And we'll be back next week at the same time, 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Have a good night.
Thank you, Steven. Bye.
Thank you, Steven.
I can see that it's out.